Did you date at all while you were in Ghana?
Dates. Dates. Okay, out.
I was just elaborating on the meaning of daddy. He said one of his friends explained it to him, so he wanted to understand it better. And if they put a Z in front of it, like a zaddy?
No, just daddy.
No, I'm saying like there's daddy and then there's zaddy.
Oh,
Zaddy
there's
is like
zaddy.
even more of a compliment.
Oh wow. Okay, this is new for me.
You ready?
Ready.
What's up, idols? It's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So, I am here with my friend Il-hyun. Very interesting friend. We've hung out like 4 times now.
Yeah, 4 times.
And we've been talking since January? December? January?
January.
January.
I would say, yeah.
And what makes him so incredibly unique is he spent So, yeah, technical difficulty. He spent 15 years growing up in Ghana.
Oh yeah, so basically I moved from South Korea when I was 5. I wasn't planning to stay there for that long, but apparently my dad's business got stabilized in Ghana and all our family kind of liked it over there. So we decided to stay until I graduate high school before moving to any other country or coming back to Korea.
So what are some things you miss about being in Africa?
First of all, the food, and I would say people, because right now I'm pretty much sure that like many people think about Korea. When it comes to Korea, people think like people are very friendly and hospitable, but what I've been experiencing for the 5 years of living in Korea, it turns out like not too friendly, I must say. Like strangers are just strangers, but in Ghana you get to like hang out with the neighborhood. They try to make friends very easily, and the food there is very good. I tried to eat some local food, like African food in Itaewon, but like wasn't up to my expectation.
Is there any spot you would recommend in Itaewon though? That's like kind of close?
I don't remember the name, but if you type in African food or something like that, it shows just one place, Ghanian area. But I don't really recommend it. It's too pricey. First of all, it's very pricey. In Ghana, like with that price, you could buy at least like 5 to 10 portions, roughly.
Oh wow.
But Itaewon is just too expensive.
You guys hear his accent? I really like his accent.
Okay, how does my accent sound like?
I mean, definitely not Korean.
Definitely not Korean, yeah, sure.
Like, I don't know many people, like I know a lot of people from like Ghanaian descent, but not from Ghana, so I haven't spent a lot of time around the accent, but it sounds nice.
Sounds nice, thank you. Actually, this is not the Ghanaian accent. This Ghanaian accent is much more deep, and like if you have ever watched Black Panther, it's quite similar to yeah, that movie. But it's much more intense. Like most of that accent is gone with me now. Like I try to like not use it.
Could you show us a little bit?
조금만. Okay, let's set up a situation first. Like
Okay.
what kind of situation
Story.
might work? Story.
So you're in a taxi, like you told me before.
Oh, okay. You're in a taxi, okay? So you're in a taxi. I'm trying to get a taxi, and in Ghana, usually when you get in a taxi, right now they do have Uber, but I lived there until like 2015. And while I was staying there, like there was no Uber, so you gotta get a local taxi, and the local taxi doesn't have the meters, so you have to negotiate the price. From here to there, how much? Well, I'm gonna try to use that accent with the driver. So, okay, so here it goes. The taxi is coming, and I'm like, the driver will be like, hey, from here to there, how much? And I'll be like, make it like 3 cities. There we go, like that.
Oh!
Yeah. So it's just like really little right now because it's like, you know, I'm being like I'm being videoed,
Yeah.
so it's a bit awkward for me.
He's a little shy.
Yeah, I'm very shy.
Did you date at all while you were in Ghana?
Dates.
Mm-hmm.
Dates. Okay, I wouldn't call it a proper date because I didn't really hang out one-on-one like outside school or like meet during weekends. But I did have some few people I did like. I usually dated in school, like when school was there and like lunchtime and when there's no class. So sounds a bit boring, and I was kind of like the very nerdy guy and very like good ones. No touching, nothing, and I was a Christian too. So, well, like no offense to other Christians, but my mindset was that like until marriage, you're not touching the opposite sex, which low-key I regretted.
Low-key?
Low-key I regretted. Like hugging was okay, but that was my maximum limit. Like we just talk, we just sit down, have some time to talk about each other, and that was it. Maybe pretty much that's why the relationship didn't last long.
Were there like other foreigners? Were you, like in your town, in your school, or were you like the only one, you and your family?
Okay, in my town, there were usually lots of Koreans. So,
Really?
Yeah, there were lots of Koreans actually.
Oh wow.
Like there's actually a Korean flat, like a Korean community group, like 5 minutes away from my home, on foot, and there are about 20 households of Koreans living there. But in my school, like until middle school, it was usually mostly Ghanians or mixed race, mostly like like people from Nigeria or Ghana or like countries nearby, but Africans I must say. But in high school we're very diverse, like we've had people from like Japan, Israel, yeah, German, like it was an international school.
Oh.
And it was quite open for anybody, so many people came, like French speaking people and Westerners and people from US, so it was very diverse. Yeah.
Hajima's incoming.
Hajima's coming.
So what was it like making friends there?
Considering how I've become now, it's easier to make friends over here because like I don't feel like shy meeting new people. Like
Really?
yeah, like, I have no barriers of meeting people. I'm not scared about meeting new people. Like when I meet them and I talk, I don't get awkward about the situation. But when I was in Ghana, I wasn't very like an extrovert, so even when girls approach me and they want to sit with me to have lunch, like I blush, I don't talk, I just eat and I just leave. I don't know what to say. So that's how it was. So it was really hard for me to make friends. Like people usually approach me first because they were curious. Definitely I'm like very Asian and they want to know about culture. They'll be asking about Samsung and like Hyundai cars or like cell phones, like all the tech stuffs which I don't know.
Do you keep in touch with anybody from Ghana?
Oh yes, I do. Actually, like up to 3 to 5 people. Yeah, but not too often. Very regular. It's just one person from Nigeria. Like I met her during high school. We've been together, not just in a relationship wise, friendship wise. For so long, we've been keeping in touch even after I came to Korea. On Instagram mainly. So,
She should come visit.
yeah, she's planning to visit with her boyfriend apparently after this pandemic is over. Yeah.
COVID. Do you have any plans to go back to visit again?
Oh yes, just for holidays. Just for holidays. Not for like living for a year or two. That's gonna be a no-no. But just for holidays if I have money, for sure.
So like, how different was education there?
Education. Okay.
Because I know here in Korea it's very strict, very stern, very focus, study all the time. How different was it in Ghana?
In Ghana, I don't know, it's because I went to an international school, but I really like the educational system over there because the teachers usually focused on the kids that were not performing that well. So even if you're performing really well and you ask questions, the teacher would have really like no time for you to spare, but will focus on the kids that needs help.
Before we conclude, just your top 5 favorite things about Ghana and your top 5 favorite things about Korea.
Top 5 favorite things.
Just like With first thought,
Okay,
when you miss Ghana, why?
I would say that vibe over there is very peaceful and very slow paced. No one is in a rush. Like you don't feel like you're like worthless or like you're useless. You feel like you're on the right track. No one is rushing you. You get to think about what you want to do. So you get more time for yourself. And number two, I think the food. Yeah, food. I like Ghanaian food a lot. Like most of the food, sometimes you use your hand to eat. Like I'm comfortable with that. How I talk with the locals, like people are very hospitable when I know the native language.
I remember you were saying how great the beaches were.
Oh, the beaches. Okay, the beach is really good too. My house was 5 minutes away from the beach on foot as well.
Wow.
So I usually take my dog along the beach. There's no restrictions. You could just enter and swim if you want to. Probably because I grew up there my entire life, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
15 years.
I feel much more comfortable there, even though the facility kind of is lacking. Sometimes electricity cuts off. And
Oh, really?
yeah, the electricity cuts off literally.
Is there like a heads up or a warning?
No warning, no warning. They just cut it off.
Oh, wow.
Like these days, I think they try to tell you in advance for how long they're going to cut off and when they'll do it. But back in the days, you just get your light off, so you have to have your own generator
Oh.
and you have to have your solar panels. Even considering that, everything like the cost over there is quite low, so you can get a nice house for yourself. Like the room, I like my room because it was pretty big compared to Korea. Korea is just too expensive
Yeah.
for just a tiny
closet.
space. Yeah, a cupboard apparently. Moving on to 5 things I like about Korea.
Yeah. Being back in the motherland. Your motherland.
My motherland. I think the scenery here. I wasn't expecting like the city to be surrounded with so many mountains and nature, which is well preserved and sometimes very nice looking. Very dynamic food over here, of course, and it's really nice. I didn't know I would get to spend this much like eating outside in restaurants. 3, the facilities, everything is so nicely done. Everything is fast.
Modern.
Yeah, very modern.
Clean.
And if something breaks down within a day or 2, you get it fixed, which never happens back in Ghana. It takes you at least 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very long. And even that, you have to keep insisting and keep complaining before they do the,
I called 3 weeks ago. My AC is broken still.
Yeah, like literally that.
I really want to go there one day. Are you more
Or-
comfortable speaking Korean or English?
For now, I would say Korean because my English is deteriorating little by little.
It's really good.
No, it's really bad. It's really bad.
But it seems like a lot of your friends you talk about are foreigners.
Yeah, like mostly, but I'm still trying to get back to the level of how I used to speak because sometimes I don't understand the jokes. I really need to focus for them to when they're speaking for me to listen, or else my mind will just zone out.
I was just elaborating on the meaning of daddy. He said one of his friends explained it to him, so he wanted to understand it better.
I thought daddy, when someone calls you daddy, it was like an insult,
Oh, no.
thinking you might look very old.
And if they put a Z in front of it, like a zaddy?
No, just daddy.
No, I'm saying there's daddy and then there's zaddy. Zaddy
there's
is
zaddy.
even more of a compliment.
Oh wow. Okay, this is new for me.
So at least I guess it's another benefit because you get to speak Korean more since you're more comfortable speaking Korean.
Oh yeah, that's true. Than the English.
마지막, one more.
마지막, one more. One more about.
한 번.
Oh,
One more plus.
one more plus.
Sorry, 5 seemed like a lot.
Yeah, 5 seems a lot.
Sorry.
5 seems a lot, to be honest. When you want to have fun, Korea is one of the best countries. I haven't traveled a lot, but Korea has so many things regarding fun activities. Right now, due to pandemic, many things are restricted, but before the pandemic, everything it was just a new culture to me. So I think that's the last thing I like about Korea. Okay.
Yeah, we're in the park today. So if there's wind while I'm editing, I'm so sorry. I don't have a microphone. Alright, well thank you for sitting down with me to do this today. We're gonna finish exploring the park.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Annyeong!